The ultimate family car. It's a Lamborghini. It's purple. It's a monster. It's a beast. It's gonna eat you alive. 840 horsepower in your family car. Lamborghini Urus. It's the SE Hybrid. It's your family car and a monster all in one package. So we're driving still in electric mode in the EV, and it is just comfortable to float around like this day to day. You don't need to be wearing out your engine using fuel. This makes perfect sense, and I know a lot of people are saying, what are you on about? I thought you called petrol head. Hybrids are the work of the devil. I don't know, it's the way it's going, so may as well get used to it. And for sure, yeah, if you've got a V10, keep hold, see what it'll do. So when you plant it, you do have a good rip to it, and it feels very, very well put together. It's solid, it's very sure-footed on the road. Of course, it's four-wheel drive with loads of traction on it, and it's just there, instant torque. This does feel like a next generation of car, and you know, you've got electric motors kicking in, and I do drive an electric car as well, quite a good one, and this in a lot of ways reminds me of that. And it's only making some engine noise now because it's in Corsa. If I go back out of that and into Strada, it quietens right down, and you're sort of just back in the electric car. It does have a lot of good technology built in, keeping you on the road. I'm just silently humming along on electrical power, and for most driving situations that's fine. You can plug it in every night and get 30 miles like this, and why not? Launching it, it just whips. The grip is instant. So pressing a button down the side of my seat, we've got here a massage option. Again, I think it's about £6,000, and it is really good and making it a very comfortable ride. This car is very geared up for just floating around, going about your business, and then being a supercar when you want it to be. It does, in a way, give you the best of all worlds. Let's put it in Corsa, and the whole car, everything's turned itself up. Let's see what it'll do up the slip road. Instant torque. Wow, it's just there, and that's it. The speed limit comes very quickly. It really is a capable car, this. An absolute monster. Now the sound system is really nice, it needs to be. It's a £6,000 option. And this is the Bang & Olufsen. Now, it does seem to compress the sound if you turn it up too loud. And it's a little bit mid-range. I would have hoped for a little bit more of a sparkle in the sound out on a country road. And let's see what it's like on a couple of twisty corners. And the grip is there. It is really good. Whatever they've done with new technology, bags of tricks, you can really chuck this around on a country road, and it will deliver. A big heavy lump here. It's a lot heavier, bigger, wider than the Huracan, and the Huracan feels more agile. But for your family SUV, I don't think there's a lot keeping up with this. Now, realistically, if you weren't passionate about cars, and let's just say it how it is, you didn't want to look good and feel special, you wouldn't actually buy this car, because the car it was originally based on is the Q8, and the RS Q8 is a very quick car. It's not the same, it's different, but it's a great car also, and very similar in quality. And I'm very sure soon there will be a plug-in hybrid version of that for around half the money. So if you're not a poser, you wouldn't buy this. But someone like me, we love it. We're in a Lambo. We want to drive a Lamborghini. So setting off, we're in the EV mode, and it's just a big, comfy, everyday car. Now, one great thing about this EV mode is it does give you an amount of range. I think supposedly 30 miles. Now, yesterday I did have it, and it was half charged up, and it got me from Leeds to Dewsbury and then to Brighouse without the engine ever kicking in. And in this sort of driving, I drive an electric car quite often, and I know a lot of people are anti to it, but it's not using any fuel, it's not polluting everyone, it's quiet, it's smooth. You don't get people giving you a thumbs up as you drive past on every other street in an RS Q8, you do in a Lamborghini. So saying that, is this the ultimate daily driver? Well, I think it is, because relatives of this, you've got the Bentley Bottega on a similar body shell, the big Porsche, the Volkswagen Touareg, but they just don't have the same ring to them, the same pizzazz. I mean, you can go and eat a steak in Beefeater, or you can go and eat a steak in a Michelin star restaurant, and yes, it's still the same weight of steak, but it's just giving you more theatre and more of an event. And that's what this car is. It's a Michelin star SUV for petrol heads. Now, when you give it some welly on the back roads, this really does perform. It still doesn't give you that feel of you should be driving that fast. Whereas the Huracan, it's the only place it really feels alive and at home and like where it belongs. This, it just does it. And it does it fairly effortlessly, but just without the noise that you get from the V10 and without the mid-engine feel and the agility. The technology just makes up for that, but it will actually do the job, and it will get round those corners. And there's not a lot would get away from a Urus on the Stelvio Pass on a quiet day. Now, would I buy one? It'd be tricky for me to advise you to buy one over the Performante, because you've just got that bit of extra looks. And the non-hybrid one I've been driving as well, and I'm afraid to say the old shape feels a bit more Lamborghini than this one. However, if you're gonna actually use it as your everyday car, I would buy this one, and I would plug it in, and I would save myself some petrol, even though this is just a fortune. one thing that is good and really good, and I never thought you'd get me saying this, is the infotainment screens, the infotainment systems. I would have liked to see a bit more Lamborghini, a bit more retro. I think they've gone very modern with this, and a bit more heritage. This button on the steering wheel, and then you've got the full fat version. So if I press it back, I'm not having to go down to the console for the drive modes. I'm back into E. Power out. Really, really engaging drive. Very, very pleasant to drive and drive at pace. I am like this. So you've got the looks, and I'm going to say I think the old shape looks a bit better to me. It looks a bit more aggressive, a bit more beefy. Getting past that, the back end of this looks good. If I'm going to have one of these as my daily car, I actually want the hybrid. Looking inside this Urus SE, you can change the detailing, the door handle, the piping here on the dashboard as well. The modern ones, you've got to do all stuff like this. Decline cookies. Come on. What are we on, a website? Connect straight here to your phone, Apple CarPlay, which is great. But its own systems are very good as well. Now, I usually cry and whinge about the heating being on an infotainment system. And yes, I would prefer buttons. However, this screen, it is just for the heaters. It's there. It's nice and easy to touch. I know where it is. I've got a volume button. That is essential. Without that being a physical button, I wouldn't want to buy this car. I would refuse it. You've got the start your engines, gentlemen. Yes, that's what Lamborghini is all about. This is the theatre. Press the magic button. Watch it come to life. You've got your drive modes here. Strada, a nice relaxed way to drive around the streets. If you kick it down, it has got some there. This button here, EV. Now, the car's fully electric, half a battery, but I charged it up last night, and I'm out here by Coniston Lake, and I've already driven 25 miles to get here, and I've still got half a battery. Strada, Sport, press it into Corsa, you can hear the exhaust pop, come alive. You have another volume button here. This is what my Huracan Evo's lacking. I'm okay with this heater screen. So overall, this is a great package and one of the best infotainment systems on modern cars I've come across. Lamborghini. Just to remind you where you are, you're sat in a Lamborghini. The Italian flag here on the steering wheel. Nice Alcantara. And a full-size sunroof opening over your head. You can stick your head out, watch the view, come back into your car. The outside's coming inside in this Lamborghini. In the back here, we've got a screen to control the heaters, some USBs for everybody's devices, especially the young fellas, your own dual zone heating, Lamborghini emblem on the headrest, beautiful contrast stitch, piping, and the silver pod for the Bang & Olufsen Hi-Fi. We've got a mini headrest here, console that pulls out in the middle, and a pop-up cup holder. With my 34 legs, I'm 6'3", and sat behind my driving position, I've loads of room in here. Even with my long legs, loads of headroom. This is a big, proper-sized family car. Opening up the boot, and we've got a great big cavernous boot area, loads of space, some tie downs here. And the back end of this car, I give it a 10 out of 10. I think it's a great job on the styling. In honesty, I'm a fan of the old shape front end over this. And these wheels, they're not my favourite. there are a couple of other styles available. Back in the Huracan, and obviously a totally different drive to the Urus, a totally different character, and a totally different thing. However, can the Urus, the ultimate family car, be a one-car garage on its own? Can you have a one-car garage? No Huracan, just the Urus. It is different. This is mechanical, visceral, agile. You've got to sit right down to go in it and you think, out to the big comfort of the Urus and all the gadgets and massage seats, but you get in this and you're in a racing machine. And it is comfortable. When you're sat in here, the driving position, I'm perfectly comfortable. I've done over 20,000 miles in Huracans, and there's no such thing as a one-car garage that's perfect. You do need two. This could be one of them, and that Urus, that could be the other, especially the hybrid. Surprisingly, I'm surprising everybody with this, but I love the hybrid. I love to plug it in, do my 30, 40 miles. It was really good on electric. So you had an electric car, a family car, an exciting car, a posing car, a bit of excitement in your life, in your daily grind. But you could be sat there in the traffic with the massage seats, and it was one of the most comfortable cars I've ever driven. Do I recommend Huracan SE? I really do.